are heavies. Headphones designed specifically for metal music. That means they let you hear it.
Oh God, they don't even take themselves. They go from like taking themselves seriously to like turn it up to 11 and not in the opposite direction of not taking it seriously. I ding ding for that. I greatly appreciate that.
Every detail, their sound is incredible, and of course, they turn up loud without damaging your hearing. Though their logo is readable, I promise you, it's metal.
I don't know what your promise is worth there, sir. As an ominous narrator, look, as a headphone aficionado who has probably about 20 plus 30 plus pairs of headphones in my house, as a DJ, as a video person, as a podcaster, as a music lover of all kinds of music, including metal and heavy metal and power metal and probably versions of metal I've listened to but didn't know that there was a classification for. This does sound interesting. I'm always interested in seeing what else is out there when it comes to headphone technology, and having a pretty decent, girthy kind of headphone. I don't know if that's the word you would use for it, but a heavy headphone is nice, especially if they can pull off the comfort. Now, one thing I will note, I want to note here, is I like how the band is sitting across the top of his head. It's not creating like a singular like pressure point there for on like hitting your head. So maybe it's, hopefully it's distributing the weight well if it's really that heavy.
You're asking yourself why metal needs special headphones. It's because of this. We asked a group of metalheads what non-metalheads think metal is.
Rebellious youth phase.
Basically noise.
Angry, satanic.
Stuff for kids.
What? But here's the thing. Okay, so I mean that's kind of fun to add into the video, but anybody that's looking at heavies for heavy metal music is probably not going to convert to listening to heavy metal music. So I don't see what that has to do with it. In fact, I literally was just telling my wife that like, oh, I'm gonna shoot this video that, because this is a new series that we're starting here on the channel, BizCoach Reacts to Kickstarter videos, and she was like, oh well, heavy metal. She's like, there was a 7-year-old at the school today, and it was his birthday, and I said, oh, what are you gonna do? What are you doing for your birthday? He said, oh, I'm going to Tool, and I was like, wait, what? Tool's playing? And I ran to my computer to find out if they were playing tonight here in Philly, and they're not, but they're playing in the 20th, and I had not been aware of that, or maybe I did. I don't know. I might have known, but I kind of forgot. But anyway, I'm very well maybe going to go see Tool on the 20th. I want to go. I've been there, I've seen them once in live, and it was incredible.
Then we asked them what they think metal is.
There's a lot of details in metal.
It has a very wide scape of subgenres.
It takes a little bit of effort to listen to. It's actually quite musical.
You can always find an interesting musical patterns and like extreme interesting details in the instruments.
Metal lovers know that metal music is probably the most detailed, high-quality music out there. It's pure, authentic, and to the point. As such, it deserves incredible headphones that bring out that sound.
I still don't understand the point of trying to explain to somebody why they should listen to metal music. And I mean, it has to be such a small percentage of people that you would be trying to convince to say, yes, not only do you need these headphones, but you need to convert to listening to metal. And you absolutely should. Metal is awesome. It is among probably my top, well, it's easily in the top 10 of my favorite genres that I like to listen to, probably in the top 6, easily.
That's why we created the Antichrist of all headphones. Heavies. Headphones designed down to the smallest detail to be the best possible headphones for metal lovers to truly enjoy and appreciate badass sounds. Heavy's main sound engineer is this guy, Axel Grell. He used to tour with German rock bands before working in Sennheiser for 30 years.
Well, that's how touring with German rock bands. I mean, German rock bands. The only German rock band that comes to mind is Rammstein, which apparently is touring here in the States or did or is about to. I think this upcoming year or this year. And I mean, I can only name one Rammstein song, honestly, personally, but hey, that's some credit there. I mean, Germany is definitely known for its heavy metal rock bands.
He then left Sennheiser with a dream to create unique, sound-specific headphones with a reasonable price tag. As a heavy metal lover, he knew what specific sound he wanted to explore first, so he put all his knowledge and expertise into heavies. Heavies are lossless. That means that nothing is lost and all artifacts and details are retained from the original recording. To achieve that, we made them low distortion and with 2 frequency ranges to ensure a superior heavy metal headphone experience where you can hear every single blasted detail. Then, we took care of sound. Each Heavy's headphones has 8 drivers.
That is I mean, look, that's two subwoofers in each cup. That is a lot, and two tweeters in each cup is a lot. I mean, most of the time headphones have just a single driver, 30 millimeter, 40 millimeter, 50 millimeter. The really good ones have was it neodymium? I never understand how to say that word, but drivers in there, and that I mean, generally produces a good enough sound in most cases. Usually, like a 40 millimeter or a 50 millimeter will get the job done. I had actually had a pair of headphones in the past, like way back in 2004, 2005, that actually had like wings coming out the sides, and they were supposed to be simulating, or not actually simulating, but like recreating a 5.1 surround sound experience in the headphone, where you actually had like multiple headphone jacks to be able to plug into like the back of your PC for like a 5.1 experience, but like in your headphones that wasn't simulated or virtualized or anything like what we have nowadays. And I actually used those for like a long time. They were made by Zalman, who I don't even know if Zalman still exists. Who was known for their CPU coolers at the time, but yeah. So having extra tweeters is nice because you could, and extra subwoofers is nice because you could like effectively get more output but with lower volume out of each, but better sound distribution. But you're talking about something that is to your head. I mean, I have open back headphones too, and generally speaking, those open back headphones create a much better sound stage of headphones, like or sound.
Driver acoustical setup generates a sound field on the ear that simulates a natural, front-oriented sound field. Basically, Heavies will have you feeling like your favorite artist is playing right in front of you.
I feel like this guy over here. Like, we're just looking at records, and now she's like going to town. It's like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Now let's talk loudness. You don't have to listen to metal loud. Many times, you're gonna really want to, but without harming your ears. Heavy's loudness enhancement technology is based on a psychoacoustic model. It makes music sound louder without a higher sound pressure level and without sacrificing clean, natural sound. And our built-in SPL dosimeter technology will protect your ears from listening fatigue or hearing loss. In other words, play music loud, maintain your great hearing. Now you can really crank up the volume to 11. Then there's
let's go back there for just a second there, because I
really crank up the volume to 11.
I mean, we talked about like saving your ears and with the volume, and then cranking it up to 11, and yeah, I mean, having headphones on for any extended period of time is difficult, right? And even some of the best headphones out there, for noise cancellation, extended use, are considered what are they called? The Bose QC35s, I believe, 25s and 35s. Those, are supposedly really comfy. I'm not a huge Bose fan, but from all the reviews and everyone I've ever had, I've ever talked to that knows about them, and has used them, it says that they're like some of the best headphones for like that extended period, like on an airplane kind of experience. And in this case, I don't know. I'm curious as to this, right? So let me blow it up. This design looks like it would put a lot of pressure right on there because it's not flat like on like my headphones, right? They like these headphones here, these Sony's MDR or whatever 7506s, right? The quote unquote studio standard, which are code for really cheap but they sound good enough, right? In most cases. And I just feel like it would be putting a lot of outward pressure by having it go out like that. So I don't know.
Then there's all that rest of the stuff. Noise cancellation, long battery life, premium ear cups.
Okay. Those three things, the ear cups thing, that's always subjective, right? And that also, again, the band is where the weight is resting on your head can be a huge difference. That's one of the other reasons that these studio monitors from Sony are great because they're so light, but they're not like the best sounding headphones. They sound good enough in most cases, but they're very comfortable for long extended periods of time. Now, the great battery life and the noise cancellation, now those things are very difficult to nail. The battery life might be a little bit on the easier side. You know, getting great sounding headphones is one thing. Getting great sounding noise cancellation, come on. Like there's 3 companies that do it well, right? That do it really, 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 really well. You got Bose, you got Bose, Sony, Apple, and that's pretty much it. So if you're one of those companies, then you probably have a good reputation for doing noise cancellation / like transparency. If you're not, then, and I guess Beats is owned by Apple, so I wouldn't add them as well. But yeah, I'm very skeptical of noise cancellation being that good. Now, it not being open back, obviously you can get away with securing the sound to the outside, outside, keeping sound outside. But I don't know.
Everything is done with utmost quality. We like our headphones like we like our music. Really, really good.
Really,
but
really
you can't
good.
just take our word for it. Here are the metalheads and what they think.
Right away, I could hear every note in the guitar, every hit in the drums.
You can hear all the different instruments.
I can hear all the frequencies. It's really cool.
It's like being in the studio and being like at a live show at the same time. So the drums are pumping and like everything's perfectly balanced.
Fantastic.
Well, the other thing is when you go through Bluetooth, which I'm assuming these are going through Bluetooth. They haven't said that, but they're talking about battery life, but that could be for the noise cancellation. It is compressing the sound going to, at least to the best of my knowledge. I don't know, maybe Bluetooth 5 is different, but as of like Bluetooth 4 or 4.1, I want to say, that is very much not like it's compressing the sound so that you're able to get the sound. But I don't know. You're never gonna get as good. No, I don't want to say never because that's bad. You're never. And there I gotta say never again. You're not likely to get as good of a sound as you think. And I tend to think that there may be some placebo effect that going on there. I mean, look, it's distributing the sound and all in a great way. If you plugged it in hardwired, then I could see that being more of a thing where you could get better sound quality. But again, it also comes down to not just the Bluetooth compression, but the file that you're listening to, right, is got to be a high quality file, FLAC, uncompressed, lossless. Like there's so many, having an M4A or M4P or even MP3, like even at like the highest bitrate qualities, you're still missing. It's ironic because like they're sitting at a record store and they're talking about headphones that they would probably most likely use on their cell phone. So over Bluetooth, I get it and I agree that it probably is a great thing, but it's just kind of, I guess, ironic.
We are a group of metal lovers. Some of us worked with sound for a long time, some of us are headphone addicts, and all of us are passionate about music. Just like Axel, we all knew we wanted headphones that would respect the music that we love so much, so we created them. Now you can dig them too.
I'm kind of curious about the button layout too. So you have like this turning stem, and then a forward and a back button. So I guess nice chunky buttons is nice, better than like little tiny ones or like ones that are like touch sensitive or something to that effect, because that definitely gets annoying. I've had headphones that have that where it's like, oh, you have to hold it down or hit this tiny little button. It's nice to have like a big chunky button there.
Now you can dig them too. Get Heavies and enjoy headphones that bring out the smallest details in the loudest fashion with the best sound. That's our brutal promise.
And so they are on Kickstarter, and let's go check out their Kickstarter. So they're at $791,717. $792,000. They only wanted $20,000 for their goal, which is tiny. I mean, look, 20,000 seems maybe seem like a high amount, but I think for the amount that it's going to cost to produce, these headphones, I think that they are off to a amazing start. I mean, obviously, metal has a huge community attached to it, and 4,400 people is just a small, tiny, like minuscule amount of those people in that community. So that is awesome to see them supporting something that is for them. So it's actually 8 dynamic drivers. So it's 4 and 4, yeah, 2. So yeah, I was thinking, I kept wanting to think it was 2 or 4 and 4 in each headphone. So right now they have the early bird going on, $149. You got $15 flat rate worldwide shipping. Estimated retail is going to be $219. So I'm guessing they're expecting to make a lot of, like, quite a few of these if they're able to get their costs down enough to make it $219, because you figure it should be like a fourth of that. So like maybe like a $50 cost, give or take for their first run. But yeah, so it's pretty awesome. So they got the drivers, the loudness tech. One thing that I noticed, now I didn't watch any of these other videos here on it, but one thing I noticed is when I type in like wireless comes up for these other things at the bottom. The word wireless does not appear here, and the word Bluetooth does not appear anywhere on this page. Unless it's in this picture. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, Bluetooth. Okay, it's Bluetooth 5.1. So I don't know if it's an LH lossless H. I wonder if that stands for what LHDC stands for. Low latency, high definition audio codec. Okay, so I'm wondering if that's a Bluetooth 5 technology, or 5.1 technology maybe. It seems like it is relatively new, because it says on September 2019 they certified LHDC with their high-res audio wireless certification. So I'm guessing it's a relatively new. Well, yeah, I guess it's not that new. This talks about certification back in 2018. But I'm curious to see if does like the Apple what is it called? Apple Max headphones, do they have LHDC? It doesn't look like it doesn't look like they do. Yeah. So does this support? No, it's AAC. But with the H1 chip, Bluetooth 5 Class 1 gets pretty good performance with Apple devices. Yeah, so it doesn't support that. So but to say that, the question is what supports the LHDC codec coming out? Like which streaming services and all that. So that's something to think about But I'm guessing cable. So a USB-C to USB-C 1.4 meters, an aux 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and aux 3.5 3 meters. So you get a shorter cable and a longer cable, which is nice to have in the box. Charge time is 5 hours, and battery life is up to 50 hours, which is pretty impressive. But you know, when you're talking about a heavy headphone like that, it's not as big of a deal because of the fact that you have that space and that weight to be able to work with to cram a bigger battery in there. Anyway, what I like seeing is comments crammed down below, and I'm going to butcher your name, so I greatly apologize in advance. Gamal? I don't know if it's Gamal. I hope it's Gamal. This video inspires me to learn as much as I can about marketing and the internet and keywords to optimize my music reach. Great information, bro. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear that. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing it, so that you can learn along with us. I hope you have an amazing day. I'll see you in one of these 2 videos right here. Take care and go be super.